Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the show. This is Lost in the Dark podcast. I am Burton, and it is Halloween. I am here solo, coming at you live from the crypt. Halloween night. Happy Halloween, everyone. Finally here. One of the best days of the year. So let's get it started. It's been a little while. We've had a bit of a busier month than we anticipated, so we got a little bit less out than we wanted to, and some of my co-hosts were a little bit busy tonight, so we definitely wanted to get something posted for Halloween though. So here we go. First up, some quick reviews. We'll start off with Daredevil season 3. I'd been waiting for that to drop for since the second one ended. Pretty much that show, the first 2 seasons of that show, to me were better than pretty much any of the movies Marvel had ever done. Like, they were pretty much some of the best things. The on-screen adaptation of comic book that I'd ever seen. It was fucking amazing. It was wonderful. Loved every second of it. And season 3 did nothing short of continue to set that bar equally as high. I honestly don't know which season between 1 and 3 I like the best. So unbelievably fucking good. There is spoilers, everyone. There is one thing I would have done slightly. The only thing I would have done differently, literally the only thing, is at the end of season 3, the final shot is of Bullseye on an operating table. I would have had one more 20-second shot of Daredevil in full costume again, running on a rooftop or something. Like, that's how I would have ended it. Give me Daredevil in the costume one last time. Because the way things are going, it looks like these Netflix shows are getting axed. It looks like the Disney streaming service giant is going to take over. And, I mean, they've already canceled Luke Cage. They've already canceled fucking Iron Fist, and yeah, it looks like all of them might get the X. They've already filmed or in the process of, at least, Jessica Jones 3, so we'll definitely get a third one of those, and Punisher 2, so we'll definitely get another Punisher. What I'm thinking though is that this might be the very final Daredevil season. I think Disney is going to try to take all the Marvel stuff over to their streaming service. And, it sucks, but it might not be all bad. The reports coming out of what's going to be on that streaming service, the TV show starring the Loki show and the Scarlet Witch show starring fucking Elizabeth Olsen and Tom Hiddleston in those characters, live action. And then just today, they announced that Falcon and Bucky, Winter Soldier, is they're getting a show, live action, played by the same people in the movies. That's fucking fantastic. So, and honestly, it's something that myself included, all the fans have been calling for. We want to see, because in the comics, in the cartoons, Daredevil and Spider-Man cross paths a lot, because Fisk is one of fucking Spider-Man's biggest villains too. And they don't have, Marvel can't really do anything with them, and they don't want Spider-Man on a little TV show, probably, or something. I don't fucking know, even though it's better than fucking most of the movies. Fucking, yeah. Having it all on that streaming service could be a way to get the crossovers that we want. It'd be a whole lot easier. So, maybe it's not all fucking gloom and doom. And I will say this, if this is the last time we see this incarnation of Daredevil, pitch perfect ending. Like, everything in season 1 was tied up in season 3. It's a perfectly self-contained story. You could go further if you wanted, but you don't have to. Like, 1 through 3 is a straight, 36 or 40-hour movie, 39-hour movie, something like, however long it is. That's what it is, though. It's a straight shot fucking... Oh, and if you obviously include the Defenders, so more like a 45-hour movie. if you include all of that together, like, it's just perfect. And it's really great. Yeah, so season 3, Vincent D'Onofrio's Wilson Fisk is the greatest bad guy we've seen on screen yet in terms of these Marvel characters. The only one comparable is Thanos. It's nothing but fucking gold that they're pumping out over there. It's nothing but gold. And Daredevil season 3 is no exception to that. More solid gold. All it is. 10 out of 10. 5 fucking go-heads from everyone here at Lost in the Dark podcast. I speak for everyone on this one. Next review. Monday night, 2 nights ago, the night before Devil's Night, I went down to Detroit, to the wonderful and fantastic St. Andrew's Hall. Fucking amazing venue, like 2 blocks from the GM building, right downtown. Fantastic, tremendous. I went and saw Gwar for, believe it or not, the first time. I don't know how the fuck I call myself a metalhead and I made it to 28 years old without seeing Gwar. I'm a little disappointed in myself, but it's never too late, and it has been remedied. I've been in the presence of Gwar. Sadly, without Odorous, I never got to see Odorous live. Preston, my co-founder of Lost in the Dark podcast, has seen them with Odorous back in the day at I believe the Sounds of the Underground tour in the mid-2000s, sometime around 2005 or 6, something like that. It's also when he got to see fucking Arch Enemy with Angela Gassau, which I never got, my White Whale band. But yeah, so some of us have seen him at least. But I tell you what, man, the show on Monday night, fucking tremendous. It was phenomenal. They sounded great. Like, everybody's like, oh, you go to Gwar for the show, not the music. Tell you what, music was not fucking bad. It was heavy as shit. Like, really fucking heavy. Their onstage, like, banter was really good. Kind of made me go, I wonder if Steel Panther kind of got a couple things from them. Like, this, the way they were, like, interacting with each other was really, like, well done. Costumes were outrageous. They sprayed everyone with fucking blood and cum and piss and all the wonderful stuff you wanted a Gwar show. It was fucking great. Who'd they kill? They killed, Hillary Clinton, and then she got turned into a robot and battled them, and then she died again. Donald Trump, a priest, no, like, celebrities, though. Huh. Because back in the day, I remember seeing video of them at Harpo's, like, pulling apart, like, a Paris Hilton or something like that. I don't remember. But anyway, fucking show, they immediately solidified them as a every time they come must see. Like, that was amazing. And I can't fucking remember the new lead singer's stage name, or his real name for that matter. But he gave a TED Talk. Look it up. Gwar lead singer TED Talk. Fucking tremendous. Really great. Like, so it made me go, oh, okay, this guy's a really cool guy. So, and he gives a hell of a performance. He really does. Everybody did. The stage production and the costumes and stuff, unfucking real, man. Like, you can tell that they've been doing this for a very long time. Otherwise, there would have been so many fuck-ups. I've seen bands that don't have anything on stage fuck shit up. You know what I mean? That are just not as experienced at being on a stage and being spatially aware of your surroundings and things like that. These guys were, like, ultra aware. It was fucking incredible. Like, really cool. Everything about it, fantastic. I definitely look forward to seeing them again. 5 out of 5 go-aheads for the Gwar show at St. Andrew's Hall, Detroit, Monday night, right before fucking Devil's Night and Halloween. Fucking tremendous. Loved every second of it. Hold up 1 second. It's Halloween, motherfuckers. Next up, what do we got? Another review, I think. One more quick one of, ladies and gentlemen, got a show for you. Pardon me. Got a show for you. Netflix, Haunting on Hill House. Haunting on Hill House. Check this shit out, people. You know, there are those things that, like, transcend their genre. Because they kind of use the genre as more of a backdrop. Like, we look at, oh, come on. Well, here, fuck it. I'll just say Hill House as an example. It's in the horror section, right? It's a haunted house show, 12-hour movie, however you want, 10-hour movie, however you want to put it. Because really, that's what these Netflix shows are. They're not, you can't jump into a middle episode and expect to know what the fuck is going on in pretty much any Netflix original. So the reality is they're like 12-hour-long movies. Again, Haunting on Hill House, yes, it's a haunting show. Yes, it's about a haunted house. Yes, there are ghosts. But it's a show about a family. It's a show about the people having these life experiences. Not necessarily about the haunted house, but like what's going on in their lives and how it can affect a family, and just really fucking powerful shit in this wonderful haunted house as a, like a backdrop part of the story, really, is what it is. And, yeah, acting incredible. The fucking writing incredible. Directing was awesome. The twists got me. There were multiple twists throughout the series, and I mostly didn't see any of them coming, and I really didn't have it figured out what was going on until the end, and it was wonderful. It's almost like whoever came up with the final twist, it felt like they were in my head almost. Like, oh my God, this is written. It felt like it was written for me. Obviously, what I assume is millions of people feel that way, so the show's a success. That's the point. But that's what it felt like, and it's so great when a show can do that, or any piece of art can do that. You know what I mean? So that one really got me. I fucking fell in love with it right away. I'll probably even give it a second go through, because I'm seeing all this stuff online pop up on Facebook about like the things you missed in Haunting on Hill House. Apparently there's like ghosts in a whole bunch of scenes, like hiding in the background that like you have to spot and stuff like that. Like really cool shit. Really fucking great. So yeah, definitely 5 out of 5 for me on that one. Go aheads. Haunting on Hill House on Netflix. Next up on the docket. What do we got? Well, this is a brief mention of something that's coming down the line in the future, but I did want to mention it because it is Halloween. Last Friday. I went to, so I personally have done a handful of ghost hunts, but the ones that I do are like legit haunted locations, some in which you can find have been done on the TV shows and shit like that. And you pay some money and they lock you in overnight. Like it's legit fucking, or that's some of them. Other ones are like more like a tour, but it's still like an overnight thing, but there's a bigger group of people. And sometimes you can rent the place out fucking solo. Done a handful of these. All of them I've done with a friend of mine named Josh. He is planning on, we're trying to get together for him to be on the show here in the next week or so, hopefully, to talk about this event we went to. So there's a film series. So a show that him and I like to watch is Ghost Adventures. Real or not, it's entertaining. That's the one we like. Our problem with it is that they've never fucking come to Michigan. Ever once. They've never come to Michigan. And for that matter, Ghost Hunters only came here once, and they went to Mackinac Island. Well, guess what? We're bigger than an island. fucking, there's so much shit here. And it bums us out that nobody ever comes any places in Michigan. So one night I was on Amazon Prime Video, and I was just in the recommended section. In the recommended section, I saw a title that said Haunted Saginaw, and I was like, what are the odds that this is gonna be fucking Saginaw, Michigan? Click on it. Fucking A! Saginaw, fucking Michigan! What the fuck is this? So I'm looking at it. Apparently, at that point in time, there were 7 full-length film, like, basically an episode, like a full-on documentary, 2-hour-long documentary about each place and investigation. All of them in Michigan. Haunted Saginaw was like the name of the thing. If you search that on Amazon Prime Video, you will find these movies that I'm talking about. And I highly, highly recommend them. Really great shit. And so Josh and I started watching these. And then we started digging a little, like, who the fuck are these people? Like, maybe we can get involved. And I'm like, what's going on here? Start searching on a little bit, try to find some information. We discover, because one of the films they did was the Temple Theater in downtown Saginaw, Michigan. We discovered that every time they have a new movie coming out, every October, they do a movie premiere at the Temple Theater. And the ticket includes a free copy of that night's DVD and meet and greet and stuff like that. Well, me and Josh were like, what the fuck? Like, holy shit, we gotta go do this. Go to a fucking movie premiere, like red carpet event and all that shit. What the fuck? Yeah, let's go. Last year, it didn't come together. We ended up busier than we thought, and we couldn't go. No, it's sold out quick. We looked at it, and it was already sold out, so we couldn't go. This year, the second those tickets went on sale, we bought them, and we bought the VIP. So he's going to be on to talk about that experience. We actually met the main guy in the Haunted Saginaw series. He's a rapper sometimes. His rapper name is Prozac, but he's also Steven Shippey. And we met Steve from Ghost Hunters. He was in the newest film, Haunted Saginaw, The Devil's Grove, Haunting on Finn Road. Is the name of the film. And Steve from Ghost Hunters was in it, and he was there on premiere night, and we fucking got to meet him. We got pictures with him and everything. Post him up on the Facebook and everything soon. Well, whenever Josh and I do the fucking episode, we'll post the pictures of that we got with them. Really, really nice guys. Really cool. I felt awkward because it was like everybody was trying to walk up and meet him. You know what I mean? It was just a big room, free for all kind of a thing. But they were really cool. Like, you know, shook our hands and stuff. Like, actually, seemed like they were interested in what we had. You know, Josh had some good questions. You know, I'll go deeper on the episode that he's on. I'm just giving you guys a taste. This is something that we did, and if you're in the Michigan area and into this shit, I highly recommend checking them out, Amazon Prime Video, or you can go to, I think it's Haunted Saginaw, or it's Seekers. I think their paranormal group name is Seekers Saginaw, Haunted Saginaw. Do some Google searches, you'll find they got a website, you can get all the DVDs on there. They're probably on Amazon. I know, yeah, they gotta be on Amazon. Check them out. Really worth it. If you're into this stuff. If you're into this stuff, it's really worth it, I think. And if you live in Michigan. Even if you don't live in Michigan, though, it's some of the fucking best that evidence. Like, okay. I'm going to preface all this by saying if it's all real, and I have no... The Saginaw people in specific, I have no reason to think they'd fake it. Because guess what? Ain't nobody fucking heard of them. I've never met someone that's heard of this. Ever. Every single person I've ever told this to is the first time they're hearing about a paranormal group out of Saginaw, Michigan that has movies on Amazon. Like, nobody's heard of this. So, they're not making crazy money off this shit. They're really not. So, what's the point to keep doing it? You know what I mean? And if you're gonna fake it, why not fake some unworldly shit? I don't know. I just don't get I guess I don't don't get the logic behind hoaxing. I really just don't fucking get it at all. So, I don't know. Assuming it's not all hoax, and I don't want to believe it is, and no reason to believe that it is, it's some of the best episodes you'll see. Really great shit. Highly recommend it. Haunted Saginaw on Amazon Prime. Check them out for sure. And Josh will be on. Hopefully in the next week or so we'll get together and be able to talk about that and some of our other ghost hunts that we've done in the past. Let's see what else we got here. New today, we had a surprise here on Halloween night, or Halloween day. We've been hearing mumblings, those of us that listen to the Jamie Johnson podcast, those of us that follow Blabbermouth or Metal Injection or Brave Words or, any of these really fucking wonderful heavy metal news sites, organizations. We've been hearing mumblings that we should be getting some new Slipknot soon. Next year is what was kind of being tossed around. Corey Taylor saying things like, yeah, we're definitely recording a new Slipknot album coming out in 2019. That's okay. Fucking awesome. I'm in. I'm ready to rock. Let's do this. I was expecting a little bit more news between now and Christmas, and then a single in January. Wrong. We got a single today, motherfuckers. New Slipknot song out and video out today. Halloween 2018. Fucking A. And guess what? Probably my favorite song since anything off Subliminal Versus Volume 3. Now, I'll be full disclosure. I've not listened to every single song that I've not listened to the album, I've not listened to all the albums top to bottom post Subliminal Verses. Some of them I have, not all. So there are some songs I haven't heard, so maybe I'm talking out of my ass. But of the ones I have heard, I think the new song that came out today is my favorite since anything off of Subliminal Versus Volume 3. Let's get the name of it real quick. Slipknot's brutal new song, All Out Life. The costumes are fucking crazy. They totally went like the opposite direction I ever thought they would have, and I love it. The video is brutal. It's really brutal, and I want to listen to it right the fuck now. I'm going to listen to it as soon as I'm done with this. Outstanding. Tremendous. I can't speak for everyone on this podcast, and next time Aaron is on, him and I will go deep, because I like Slipknot. There it is. You know what I mean? Like, I've never been that crazy into them, but I've always been like, oh yeah, they're the heavy band on the radio. So they're still kind of radio. But then I got deeper into them and I was like, damn, no, there's like very real talent here, and their fucking percussion section is unmatched, unbelievable, love it. So I became a fan. I don't love Slipknot the way I love, say, Lamb of God or Iron Maiden, my two favorite bands. Aaron loves Slipknot the way I love Iron Maiden and Lamb of God. So I'm very excited to hear what he has to say about this song. I think it's going to be positive, though, full disclosure, based on the fact that he's the one that informed me of it earlier. So, yeah, it sounds, it's heavy, it's brutal. It's great. Check it out. All Out Life by Slipknot. Watch the video, listen to the song. Fantastic. I am giving it a 5 out of 5. Go ahead. Okay, so that's a lot of reviews, I guess. It's been a while. I'm sorry about that. I know it's been a while. That was a good amount of reviews, though. So let's see here. Tonight, though, sadly, I am a little bummed out. We didn't get to everything we wanted to get to this month. We wanted to take you guys on a Dogman drive. We wanted to get some new Shirt designs up for the month. Sadly, we didn't get to any of that. Bummed out, but there's always next year. This show will never die. So here we go. The main reason why I mentioned that is because here at Lost in the Dark podcast, it is month of the Dogman. Okay, it's a month of the Dogman. October is month of the Dogman at Lost in the Dark podcast. Dogman, for those of you who don't know, is a piece of Michigan folklore. Allow me to provide a short taste of its background. In 1887, an incident in Wexford County, Michigan, involving a run-in between lumberjacks and a dog-like creature that could stand up on its hind legs and run, and had front hands instead of paws, is where it began. Okay, in 1887. Okay? So that's... The Dogman is exactly that. It's a werewolf that never turns into a person. It's some sort of canid creature that doesn't have paws on its front legs, that has hands and claws, and it can run on and walk on all fours and on its hind legs. We've been talking about this all month. Michigan Dogman, month of the Dogman here at Lost in the Dark podcast. So, yeah, that's why I mentioned that. We wanted to get some t-shirts up and designs up and stuff like that with Dogman. Sadly, we weren't able to do that. But, like I said, we'll be a little bit more prepared for this next year. This is only year 1, people. It's not even episode 50 yet. This is the first, we're not even a year in. We're not a year in until I think January, or no, not January. Like February or March. Somewhere in there, it'll be our 1 year anniversary. We will be celebrating with our lost brethren. So, yeah. We're not even a year in yet. Much to come. Keep that in mind. Much to come. Michigan Dogman. Month of the Dogman. Lost in the Dark. Dogman. I want these things to become synonymous. Sorry. Excuse me. Here we go. And I thought I had a really great story for you guys about Dogman, and I was even, if I had gotten anybody to be on this with me tonight, I was going to bring it up to them and everything. However, I'm a little bummed out to find out it might not be as real as I was hoping. But I will say that in 2015 in Brazil, there was a situation to where they actually fucking imposed a nighttime curfew because of werewolf sightings. Swear to God. They fucking made a curfew in Brazil where a woman in Saosepe, Saosepe, told police she was attacked on January 28, 2009 by a big dog that stood on its hind legs and walked like a man. In 2008, police in Taua, Taua, received numerous reports of a half-man, half-wolf that was stealing sheep and breaking into houses. No definitive proof of a werewolf, Dogman, or other cryptid was found in any of these cases, including the most recent one in... God, I wish I spoke other languages. Celandia. Ceilandia. Celandia, I think. That hasn't stopped Brazilians, and especially the residents of these towns, from being on their guard, especially around animals. So, yeah. And well, the reason why I'm not so sure about this report is because it was associated with a video clip. However, further investigation into that video clip discovers that it was posted online 7 years prior to this Brazilian incident. So I'm not exactly sure what prompted the Brazilian people to government in that area in Ceilândia to wait. Oh, it's based on this photograph. It was seen by numerous witnesses, and the picture was accompanied with a warning to be careful because it might be a werewolf. Brazil is one of the South American countries known for believing that a human can become lobismem, or werewolf, if he's the seventh male child of the same father and mother. Some believe the change takes place when a boy turns 13. Variations have this happening on Friday during Lent or a Friday the 13th during a full moon, and only for 2 hours from midnight to 2 a.m. Huh. This is all, by the way, coming from mysteriousuniverse.org. Story. The title of the story is Werewolf Photograph Has Brazilian City on Alert by Paul Seaburn, August 11th, 2015. Yeah, it was the video clip I saw. And you know what, that picture, if it's not altered in any way, which it might not be, I think it's a case of misidentification. I think there's just something weird there. It's a weird angle. I'm not sure what I'm looking at. There is a figure standing there. To say it's a werewolf off that, that's rough. That's a long shot, I think. So. Don't know. I was hoping to. But this is a perfect example of what happens. You hear something that sounds fucking fantastical and great, and the second you start scratching away at the surface, it unravels a bit, and that's disappointing. And that's what I've been finding, with a lot of conspiracies, especially mainly conspiracies. You hear all these fantastical, wonderful things, and you scratch away at the surface, and you're like, well, fuck. That actually doesn't make a goddamn bit of sense, does it? Heard this great podcast the other day. D. Snyder's new podcast, I Want to Talk. Listen to this shit, people. It is fucking tremendous. Tremendous. I want to get the name of this woman correct who he had on, though. Wonderful, wonderful lady named Annie Jacobson. Episode 5 called Need to Know. Check it out. Because guess what? Apparently she's been on the Jon Stewart show. Lots of people probably heard of her. I don't know how I missed her. But basically what she does is goes through all the Freedom of Information Act unclassified documents and puts it in a book. Unravels it. And she's got the answers to Area 51 now, according to the fucking official government documents. And it wasn't aliens. So, and it's like, okay, yeah, fine, whatever. But here's another part of that. What I've been finding is like with the ancient alien theory, it unravels if you allow for the possibility of our current understanding of the human timeline to be a little bit off. If you allow for the possibility of full-on human civilizations to go back a few tens of thousands of years before where we currently put it at, then all of a sudden it all starts to make sense. You don't need aliens to explain anything anymore. All you gotta do is give humans a little bit more credit. Like, And there's more than enough evidence for me to believe that there were gigantic civilizations, full-on thriving, that were wiped out by natural disasters. Thousands and that look way farther back than where we currently put the human civilization timeline. Plenty of evidence that plenty of people are just ignoring, to where we just, we have the current timeline, which I think is wrong. So if you just allow for the possibility of humans to have been smart enough to do it, then you're done. You don't need anything else. And that's the most logical explanation. So, this is what Annie Jacobson gave me for Area 51. It wasn't aliens. Here's a teaser. Listen to the episode. Look her up. Do your homework, please, on your own. Please. But I'll give you a taste. Area 51 was not aliens. It was Russians. And they allowed for the alien story to thrive because it was better than finding out that Russians had invaded our airspace undetected and gotten as far in as New Mexico without anyone knowing. And they were flying saucers. They were remote control. And we've had that technology since the 1890s when Tesla introduced it in the World's Fair. Okay? So all you have to do is give human beings a little bit more credit and assume that, the government's got a fuck ton of great technology locked up that we're just eking out, years and years and years later. After they've had it for ages. Because it's above top secret. It's weapons technology. So to me, that explains a lot. It explains a lot. I'm not saying Annie Jacobson isn't even fucking... At no point, apparently, in her book does it say anything about, I'm here to disprove aliens. No. It's none of that. It's just, I went through these documents and here's what I found. That's all it is. And that's all I'm saying about this instance, too. That's it. I don't know if aliens have ever been here. Me and Jordan, you guys have heard even in the last episode, we talked about it, I think. So, that's up for debate. But I just, look into that, check that out. Really fucking interesting. And I can't even fucking remember why I started talking about that. But definitely wanted to, plug to D. Snyder's podcast. Love him to death. Love the podcast. Fucking fantastic. Tremendous. Oh, yeah. Fuck. It was for Dogman. That's right. It's one of these. It's just another example of one of these things where you start scratching away at the surface. And it goes away, which is with this Dogman story. There are other Dogman stories, though, that we still have to do some deeper research into that I haven't scratched away enough yet for me to know one way or the other. So, trust me. As always, hashtag Dogman, hashtag Michigan Dogman, and all of our posts on Instagram. Dogman is a constant theme in this show and will always be talked about. So, please, anybody out there who ever hears any of these, please, if you have a Dogman story, send it to us. Please, we're begging for it. It'd be wonderful. Okay, on to the next. Probably one of the last things we talk about tonight. I wanted to talk about what we here in Michigan call Devil's Night. I don't know how many of you have heard that term before or not, because it's generally associated with Michigan. Apparently, it's Michigan kind of didn't start here. But it's the night before Halloween, and according to Wikipedia, Devil's Night is the name associated with October 30th, the night before Halloween. It is related to, quote, mischief night, unquote, practiced in parts of the United States, but it is chiefly associated with serious vandalism and arson seen in Detroit, Michigan from the 1970s to the 1990s, finally prompting the Angels Night community response. Yes. However, it dates back as early as the 40s. And generally, it was when you'd go out and egg someone's house or TP, toilet paper, somebody's house. However, in the 70s, the vandalism escalated to more destructive acts, such as arson. This primarily took place in the inner city, but surrounding suburbs were also affected. The crimes became more destructive in Detroit's inner city neighborhoods and included hundreds of acts of arson and vandalism every year. The destruction reached a peak in the mid to late 1980s, with more than 800 fires set in 1984 and 500 to 800 fires in the 3 days and nights before Halloween in a typical year. Jesus Christ. That is heavy duty. Angels Night started after a brutal Devil's Night in 1994. The new mayor, Dennis Archer, promised the city residents arson would not be tolerated. In 1995, Detroit officials created Angels Night on and around October 29th to 31st. Currently, as many as 40,000 Detroiters volunteer to keep the city safe on these nights. Well, that's pretty cool. That's legit. Arson's not cool. Not cool at all. Oh, yeah, and there was an episode of Devil's Night in Flint Town, the documentary. Oh, wow, and there was a title of an episode of American Horror Story called Devil's Night. Interesting. However, I did want to read another story, just to give you guys an idea of what Devil's Night is, in case you hadn't heard of it. However, just today, October 31st, by Bill Lanter in the Detroit Free Press. Devil's Night, once a plague of arson. Detroit's Devil's Night now, just an ember. For decades, Devil's Night in Detroit was a horror story, a night when arsonists ran amok, and when homeowners stood on their lawns with garden hoses running, while the city reeled amid hundreds of fires that firefighters couldn't douse. However, side note, Detroit firefighters shout out. These guys are incredible, and they need our help. Watch the movie Burn, produced by Dennis Leary, about the Detroit firefighters. Watch the movie Burn. Okay? It'll change you. It's incredible. Watch that shit. Documentary. Now, the plague of arson seems to be over. As trick-or-treaters made the rounds Wednesday night, Detroit Fire Commissioner Eric Jones released a statement about Devil's Night at the Free Press's request. Referring to Tuesday, Jones said, "It was a very quiet night, much quieter than last year. We're all looking forward to fun during Halloween in Detroit." Actually, he said in the D. According to Jones, the daily totals of the fires, counted from midnight to midnight, have been ebbing for several years on the 2 nights preceding Halloween, and they dropped dramatically from 2017 to this year. According to the data released Wednesday, the number of fires from last year's Devil's Night, counted from 12 a.m. on October 30th to the following night at midnight, totaled 14. 14. Let's just reread 1984 had 800 to 14. The next sentence is, that's a figure once in the hundreds. And this year, it shrank to just 5. 2018. Just 5. Detroit's coming back. I don't care what anyone says. I was there on Monday night. Every time I'm there, I fall in love with that city again. Every single time I'm there, I fall in love with that city again. It is beautiful. It's wonderful. It's hometown, it's home base. Sister lives there. It's great. That's crazy, though. I can't believe it's down to literally 5 fires. Impressive. From 12 a.m. Wait, the number last year for the overnight hours of Devil's Night itself was 4. This year it was 2 for Devil's Night itself, the night before Halloween. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, that's fantastic. That is fantastic. So, that's really cool. Used to be a big deal. Apparently now, we got it under control. Have you ever TP'd a house? Some of us here at Lost in the Dark podcast have. Egged a house, paintballed a house, anything? Screamed in an empty window in the middle of the night? How about you? Alright, well, we're getting close to wrapping it up here. I did want to mention some upcoming shit. Let's see, next week. Anybody, listen to this. Anybody who's made it this far, thank you so much. But anybody listening to this who will be back in downtown Detroit at St. Andrews Hall next Wednesday night, Behemoth will be there with At the Gates. Holy fucking shit, At the Gates in the U.S. Are you kidding me? Yes, At the Gates does not tour much. It's going to be fantastic. Behemoth doesn't tour much. It's going to be fantastic. That's going to be great. How about next Friday? Let's get these actual dates real quick. Next Wednesday, the 7th. Wednesday, November 7th, Behemoth and At the Gates at St. Andrews Hall. Friday, November 9th. Who's going to be in Flint? Who's out there? Who's going to be there? Who's going to be in Flint with me, with Raven Black, with Ginger, and with the very mighty Devil Driver at the Machine Shop in Flint, Michigan, motherfuckers. We're going to be there throwing the fuck down. Jesus Christ. Looking forward to that one. And then, what else we got? 9, 10, 11. Tuesday. Lucky number. Tuesday, November 13th. Who's going to be there? Tuesday, November 13th. Who's going to be in Grand Rapids, Michigan? Who's going to be there? Let us know. We will. At the intersection, guess who we're going to see? Hate fucking Eternal. Open up for the mightiest of mighty Cannibal Corpse. Are you kidding me? Yes. So that means in the course of 2 weeks, Lost in the Dark podcast, Behemoth show, Devil Driver show, Cannibal Corpse show. Who's going to be there? Who's with us? Who's ready to throw the fuck down in the pit? We are. Who's fucking ready? Let us know. Who's going to be there. And we got a couple other things coming. Steel Panther's coming on November 30th. My birthday. November 30th, Steel Panther will be here in Grand Rapids. They'll be in Detroit too. I'm going to the Grand Rapids show. It's on my birthday. Why not? I've never been to a show on my birthday. It's going to be fantastic. And then one more thing real quick. We got another show. My brother in arms, the other host of Lost in the Dark podcast, Aaron Gray, drummer for Bogwraith, will be playing a show. Guess who he's opening for? You're never going to believe this. Fucking Born of Osiris. Born of Osiris, ladies and gentlemen, is coming to Lansing Saturday, December 8th, with A Virtue and Assume Nothing. The Loft in Lansing. Tickets on sale now, $16 to $18, or contact members of Bogwraith on Facebook or Instagram. If you're in the Lansing area or Michigan, they will hook you up. Fucking, it's going to be fantastic. Bogwraith, check them out. Bandcamp. I think they got some new merch dropping soon. New t-shirt designs. What? Yeah. It's going to be fantastic. All right, everyone. We did it. That was great. Full on fucking show. Halloween on Halloween. Happy Halloween. Live from the crypt. Happy Halloween from the crypt. I'm sitting here with the crypt keeper himself. Happy Halloween from the crypt, everybody. We love you all. Happy Halloween 2018. We will be back very soon. Hopefully, we got shows coming up, like I said, with Josh about ghosts and our ghost hunts that we've done. Aaron will be back very, very soon. He wants to be on Bad to talk about Slipknot and some other things. And guess what? Jordan will be back soon, because guess what just came out? Guess what the fuck just came out? Have you been playing Red Dead Redemption 2? Red Dead Redemption 2. First of all, Red Dead Redemption 1 is my favorite game of all time. Red Dead Redemption 2 is so much better. Holy shit, I'm not even scratched the surface yet, and I'm already saying that. So, I'm less than 10 hours into the bitch. I don't even have room to talk. So, Yeah, Jordan's going to be back. We're going to be talking about Red Dead Redemption 2. Fantastic. I'm excited. Be excited. We love you all. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much. Happy Halloween from the bottom of our hearts. Fucking Maloiks in the air. All right, horns up. Fucking, we love you all. Have a wonderful night. Thank you for getting lost with us. Happy Halloween from the crypt. We love you all. Thanks for listening. Lost in Our podcast. Good night.